Hi, it's Laura. Welcome back. We are in the backyard today and we're going to do a little bit of an impromptu backyard garden tour. It's a little bit overcast. It's actually kind of starting to rain right now, but it's nice and cool and it's been so hot lately, so it feels really nice. It's also, let me just preface this by saying things are a little bit overgrown. So this is going to be like an overcast, overgrown garden tour. But if we don't do it now, it's not going to get done. So let's go. Okay, like I said, this is a bit impromptu, so don't mind the hose or anything else that might just be laying about. Anyway, here we are in the backyard. Things are looking beautiful. It does get a little bit hard to keep up with at this time of year because things grow so fast. I actually don't usually fertilize around now for usually like July into August. I kind of take a break because the things are growing so fast anyway because of the heat. But anyway, so right here I have, these are all purple petunias that I started from seed, and I believe that these ones might be the tie-dye from last year. Whenever I save purple petunia seeds, or I guess I should say when I saved them last year, I didn't mark them. I just wrote down purple petunias. So I don't know if they were the balcony petunias or if they were the tie-dye, but they are all different shades of purple, as you can see, and they're looking great. They grow super long. Wait until you see some of the white ones that I started. They are so long. It's like crazy. But anyway, these look really good. This is a yarrow, this white in here. And then as we go up, I do have some hydrangeas and some irises behind. But this is kind of a bit of a mess. I need to get so much stuff done in the fall. So much. But I am looking forward to splitting up a lot of these irises and moving them. So that will be a fall job. And then I do also have some white bachelor's buttons or straw flower in here also that I started from seed. This area is a little bit shadier than where I have the other ones, so they aren't doing quite as well. And then this is 3 white supertunias. So they're doing great. And I haven't fertilized those in weeks, really. But they look good. Now let's go back down here. And let me show you what is happening right here, because this is like probably my favorite thing to look at right now. Look at this. So pretty. The cauldron planter. I know you can't really see it in there at all. It's not really giving cauldron anymore, but that's okay. I still think it looks gorgeous. All this red is lettuce. It's red lettuce. And I love it. I think it looks so cool. I'm probably going to trim it back soon. I mean, it's bolting, obviously. But I want to collect the seeds. So once they stop producing seed, I'll collect them, cut them back, and we'll see how long they last. But I really like the way it looks with the lettuce. And then just alyssum. And in front of it, this is like a mix of, in the very front are petunias. And these were some of the ones that I started from seed that were actually, these darker ones were the black. So some of them, you can see, some of them did come out black, some of them did not. So some of them, I'm not really sure what like changes it or affects it or whatever, but I still think these are freaking gorgeous. I love this dark purple. And then the other ones, like this, these were the galaxy or the starry sky ones that I saved. So I put a mix of the starry sky and the black in here, and this is what I got. And I'm fine with it. I love it. I actually really like these colors. But it's just interesting because, like, I did get some black ones that actually came out black, but they're just planted in a different spot. Sometimes I wonder if the soil has something to do with it. I don't know. Who knows? Because you know how hydrangeas are like that. Anyway, behind or mixed in with them, I have this right here is basil. This is a purple basil. It's supposed to be like this, but some of them come out green. And then this is the Serious Blue Salvia, which is so gorgeous. And these little pom-poms are all ageratum. And they all self-seeded. And the bachelor's buttons are kind of on their way out. They don't really like it when it's too hot. But I will be collecting lots and lots of seeds from them, so that's good for next year. And the ones down here are doing a little bit better because I started them a little bit later, so they have a little bit more blooms on them still. And these are the black. These are considered black. And right behind here, this gorgeous plant is a bee balm. And it's just like, this is only its second year. I got it as a start last year from Select Seeds. And now it's huge. It's probably like 3.5 feet tall. And it's gorgeous, and it doesn't have powdery mildew, and I love it. I haven't done anything to this plant this year. It just looks so good. Which is a contrast to most of my other bee balm in the front. These white petunias I started from seed, they're way long. They're so long. I've trimmed them back a few times, but like they are so long. Also, petunias are sticky. Do you know what I mean? When you like touch them, they're sticky. Anyway, there's a bunch of pumpkins in here. These are volunteers, but I am so grateful for them because I know I've told you guys a bunch of times I had a lot of trouble starting pumpkins this year. It's just some issues with critters and such, but we have made progress. We've got some pumpkins going. I actually have picked a couple already, and there are lots more, so I'll show you as we go through here. So here we are now. These volunteers, normally I'm real particular about my pumpkins. Like I check them constantly for bugs and issues and things like that. And this year I just haven't been quite as diligent because things were going so poorly in the beginning that I'm like, whatever happens, happens. But I have not had nearly the bug problems that I've had in the past. And also something that I used to do, or usually do, is I would like limit them to how many fruit they put on, how many pumpkins they put on, so they can concentrate their energy. I normally will train them in a certain direction and make sure they're not putting out too many nut suckers. I can't remember the word for it, but the third the third guy that comes out. I haven't done any of that this year, and I have like probably 7 or 8 pumpkins on here. They're not big ones. They're like little. But they're not like a specific type because these are volunteers. So I think pretty sure they are cross-pollinated. But they have a fun shape. Here's one. And they're very cute. And I love them. So there's a few more in there. And there's more on the way. But as far as the arch, I mean, it's sad. It's sad. I wanted this to be covered. But you can see this one is starting to finally attach. And then my corn. Look at my wonderful corn. I have 2. From the nearly 100 probably that I planted. I have 2. That's okay. Some years are better than others. This is a rough year. But these tomatoes are all doing pretty good. And these are pretty much all volunteers, I believe. I think I might have thrown a couple in here, but a lot of them are volunteers. And they're like Cherokee, probably. Cherokee purple, I think they're called. And then the other ones are like a black plum. So we're good to go there. Here's the back side of this cauldron planter. Just overflowing with alyssum. It smells really good. Let's head over here. I've been working on this area in front of the greenhouse. I know it looks kind of crappy. Like I said, it's really overgrown, but I'm not really planting in here right now. I just kind of wanted it to look more like that area. Like, I like the way that whole vignette is looking. So I'm like, let me just do that over here. So I added these like little, I had these mushroom cushions from when I did that table. That table is gone because it's like broken. But I still had the cushions, so I put those there. Then we got this trellis, and to me, it looks kind of like a spider web. Right? So I am looking for a spider to put on it, like right here. And then it will have something climbing up it. I put a couple things in the big cauldron planter there. It's a work in progress, but this guy is from At Home. This is all I wanted this year, pretty much. And they sent a coupon because they send you a birthday coupon, and I just, listen, my birthday's not now, but I don't take a coupon when it is my birthday, right? So I just say my birthday is in July because that's when they put out Halloween. And so that's how I've had it forever, is that my birthday's in July so that I get my birthday coupon at Halloween time. That's just how it is. Anyway, I love him. And then this was funny. I had this as a hanging basket, but it fell just right on top of this other basket. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so this is coming along. And here's how we're looking over here. Lots and lots of alyssum in this area. Kind of taking over at this point. But I do have these scabiosa that I started from seed and that got eaten down to little nubs. I did not think they were going to come back, and they did. These are the Black Knight scabiosa. They're gorgeous. I'm obsessed. They're just starting to bloom. So there's one. Here's a few more. It's just so, so pretty. Okay, now over here, let's talk about the vine for a second, because this is a cup and saucer vine, and I started it from seed, and last year I had it on the moon gate over there. It did a lot better over there, I will say. At this point in the summer, I was a little bit nervous in the beginning to put it here because I wasn't sure if it could handle this much sun. This is west facing, so it does get a harsh sun in the afternoon. And I don't think I'll be able to put it here again. Just, I mean, you can see at the bottom, it's not looking great. Like, it looks good up here, but it has been hit too many times, I think, with that hot afternoon sun, that it is not looking great on the front, just like on the front part. So, lesson learned, something different next year. That's okay. You know where it would work? Probably over where I have the pumpkins, because I don't think they're getting enough sun over there. Anyway, everything else is looking pretty good over here. I've got petunias. These purple are the Supertunia Bordeaux. They're my favorite. My favorite Supertunia, I should say. The black is looking gorgeous. I did pick up a couple ivy because the ones I had died. Everyone says, oh, ivy is so annoying and it is, you know, invasive, whatever. Mine died, okay? I had them for a couple years and they died. So I love ivy. I think it's so beautiful. Obviously, I named my daughter. Here's a couple pumpkins. This little guy just has a little scar there, but I like the little stem, crooked stem. And then down here, this one was just about ready, but this one was not. But it has, I don't know if you can see, it was looking like, it's called frass. I was pretty nervous that there was a squash vine borer in there, so I just cut it off. I don't know if there is one in there. I don't think there is. I've had good luck with them, and one time I found one and I killed it right away. And that was early in the season, so hopefully things are looking a little better in that situation. All right, let's swing around this way. The oak leaf hydrangea, looking gorgeous as ever. Starting to put on that aged pink in the blooms. I've got a serious spider web growing on here. Growing? Oh, I can see him. Yeah, he's in there. Okay. Maybe you guys can see him if you're not triggered like I am, but there he is. But this tree's looking good. I just cut back so many petunias. Purple ones from in here and white ones from another area. I think they'll probably flush back out. But it was just out of control. So I had to do something. And I did move my eclipse hydrangea that was over here. I moved it. I don't even want to show it to you because it looks so sad. I shouldn't have moved it in the middle of summer, but it wasn't doing good over here. It was getting too much sun. Oh my God, the squirrels are losing their minds right now. They're having a fight. I did replant my mushroom with some sedums, and they're already starting to take, so I think that was a way better decision. They're going to do a lot better than just all the alyssum that I had in there. Here's another ivy that I picked up. I love it. I love ivy. Let's go around this way. This climbing hydrangea is doing good. I'm trying to remember when it blooms. I think, does it bloom super early in the season and I just missed it? I think I might have gotten 1 or 2 blooms early in the season. I don't remember. But for the most part, I just grow it for the foliage anyway, because I want to cover this arch. All right, over into this what was a moon garden. Now it's like mostly green. I have a grapevine growing on the arch. And there are, I don't know if you want to see this, but there are aphids on the ends. And there are ants that are eating them. So, I don't know if you can see, but there's an ant there. He's eating all these little aphids. It's gross. But we don't really treat for bugs and stuff. So, the vine looks okay. So I'm just going to leave it. They take care of each other. It's a symbiosis or whatever the opposite is. Parasitic relationship. I don't know. Anyway, these hydrangeas don't really have any blooms on them this year except for one. There's one bloom. And it hasn't really come out yet. But that's okay. These are white ones. It was a rough winter. This area, I'm kind of trying to still figure out what I'm going to do since we took the blue shed out. I think I might fill in this with some plants. I don't know. I got to think about it. I do have a plan for like this back area, but it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I am going to be moving a bunch of stuff. I did move some hydrangeas out of here. Ooh. But mostly I'm moving the hostas out of here, and I think I'm going to just like replace the front stuff with hardy geraniums and the lungwort, this pulmonaria. I think it's a great alternative to hosta because it's so much prettier. I don't like hostas. I think they're not very pretty. It's so much prettier. It's like about the same size and they multiply like crazy. So I'm probably going to end up moving a bunch of those just around the edges of this area. Here's some more. These are more of the same. You can see how big they get. And they have polka dots. So, I mean, can you do much better than that? No, you can't. All right, I will take you over here to end. You guys know this is a work in progress also. So some of the things that I've moved over here are not looking good at all. But I know they'll bounce back. I mean, I'm trying not to get too discouraged because I've done this a bunch of times. Moved stuff, thought it was dead, and then it isn't. So like this hydrangea, she looks really bad. But she's okay. She's just super sad because it's been so hot. And it's dry right now because I didn't water this morning because it's about to rain. We're supposed to have a big rain this afternoon. But anyway, enough of the excuses and sadness. I do have a bunch of stuff filled in here. So some of it is looking pretty good. I moved this abelia shrub over here. I moved a bunch of hostas and I'm just kind of throwing them in wherever there's like a hole. And then I moved this hydrangea over. I moved this guy. I picked up this hardy geranium on clearance. So I'm just kind of slowly starting to fill stuff in. And this is a volunteer pumpkin. Doesn't necessarily get enough sun over here, but we'll see what happens. So it's coming along. It's coming along. And that's really about it for today. I thank you guys for joining me. The summer's been kind of hectic and busy, but thanks for sticking with me. If you're new here, I don't think I even mentioned where we are. We're in Connecticut, Zone 6, and I would love for you to subscribe. We love new people. Welcome. I will see you guys next time. Bye.